name is John. I'm the pastor of First United Methodist Church in Mountain City, Tennessee, and Trade United Methodist Church in Trade, Tennessee. Well, I'm not in my office. We are currently on the road. We are going to go see the grandbaby. So, thought I would just bring you guys along for the ride. So, don't have a mug. Don't have a mug with me, but let me just share something with you. I think it's interesting. This is not a mug. This is my Contigo, my drink cup. I carry with me. The church folks will know I carry this with me pretty much all the time. That little Contigo has been to Alaska twice. It's like pushing 10 years old and it's still hanging in. So that's amazing. Oh, and my beloved wife has got the text up. Aren't you sweet? That is awesome. So she's nice. She helps. She's a huge help. Yeah, we're on the road and there's not a rest area or someplace I can stop. So anyway, we're going to keep it kind of short today, but I do want to talk briefly about John chapter 3. And we've been talking about how on Sunday mornings, we've been talking a lot about how the Pharisees have been offended by Jesus' teaching, how he is not sticking to the script, as it were. So here we have Nicodemus, who is a member of the Pharisees party, and he comes to Jesus by night. He's got questions, but he does not really doesn't want the other Pharisees to know that he's consulting with Jesus. And so he comes, and what exactly does he say to Jesus? Can you read that?
Yes. Jesus replies, "Very truly, I tell you, no one can see the kingdom of God unless they are born again." Nicodemus says, "How can someone be born when they are old? Surely they cannot enter a second time into their mother's womb to be born." Jesus answers, "Very truly, I tell you, no one can enter the kingdom of God unless they are born of water and the Spirit. Flesh gives birth to flesh, but the Spirit gives birth to spirit. You should not be surprised if I say, you must be born again. If the wind blows wherever it pleases, you hear its sound, but you cannot tell where it comes from or where it is going. So it is with everyone born of the Spirit." Then Nicodemus asks, "How can this be?" "You are Israel's teacher," says Jesus, "and do you not understand these things? Very truly, I tell you, we speak of what we know, and we testify to what we have seen. But still, you people do not accept our testimony. I have spoken to you of earthly things, and you do not believe me. Then how will you believe if I speak of heavenly things? No one has ever gone to heaven except the one who came from heaven, the Son of Man. Just as Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness, so the Son of Man must be lifted up, that everyone who believes may have eternal life in him. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because they have not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. This is the verdict: light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that their deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly what they have done has been done in the sight of God.
Okay. As typical with John, there is a lot going on there, and it's very, very dense. What actually did right there, verse 1? What did Nicodemus ask Jesus?
It says, "Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God, for no one could perform the signs you were doing if God were not with him." And then he asks, Jesus replies, "Very truly, I tell you."
What did he ask?
He does not ask until chapter 4 when he says, "How can someone be born when they are old?"
Okay. All right. So, mentally reconfiguring here. So, Jesus is, Nicodemus is wanting to know about the things of God. And Jesus is telling him, but, oh, good. Tourist Info Center. Yeah, we'll pull over and that will be a good thing. Oh, yeah, we've been here before. They've got a huge solar farm, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, if you want to.
One moment, please, while we pull in. So he's been trying to find a place to pull over that had a cell phone signal. And that is why we were still looking when it was time for the live stream. Still, cell phone signals are a little patchy out through here. So that's been a real challenge for him. So just kind of bear with him a second as we finally found a place and he can get parked. So it'll be just a second.
Yep.
But I want to thank you for tuning in to the Bible study today and remind everybody that church is Sunday morning Eastern time at 11 a.m. And feel free to tune in and join us. In the meantime, here's John again.
Hello again. Okay. So, yes. So Nicodemus has come to Jesus, as we've talked about, and so he's wanting to know about the things of God. And Jesus says something which sounds odd to his ears, that you must be born again. Now, Nicodemus doesn't know what to make of this, so he says, how can someone be born again after they've already been born once? Now, to our modern Christian ears, the term born again is plain. It does not. It makes perfect sense. But we need to remember that to Nicodemus, the first hearers of this, it would have been odd. But Jesus is always having to interpret these eternal truths of God in ways that we can kind of relate to, that we can kind of understand, that we are limited in a very real sense by our human understanding. So Nicodemus is not that different from me and you, that we are trying to comprehend what God is saying, and sometimes we want to think we know more than we do. So we have to allow God to speak to us instead of trying to fit. We're trying to fit God into our preconceived notions. So Jesus goes on and talks quite a bit about both why he has come, for God to love the world, and how God is making all of us new in the sense, just like a baby is born new into the world. So next week, we will dig a little bit deeper into this, because like I said, Jesus unpacks, there's quite a bit there to unpack. And I'm sure Nicodemus left with his mind just absolutely spinning. But that's really the place to start, that God has done something for us, given us new life, and it is up to us to accept that gift and then live accordingly. So I hope you guys are safe. I'll be out of the pulpit this Sunday. I want to say thank you to Reverend Don Morris, who's going to be filling in, doing an excellent job. So I'll be back pulpit on the 9th of October, the second Sunday. But I'll catch you guys again next Wednesday, and we'll talk a little bit more about what Jesus is talking about. So stay safe, stay in love with God, and we'll talk to you next time. God bless.